What is up, everybody? It is Mars Sports. It is your boy, Marshall Pierce Griffin the first. Sorry. And today we are making a video on NASCAR today. Since today we're going to be predicting the in-season challenge. Now it's been about probably I think it's been about a month since I made a NASCAR video. Last one I made was talking about Kyle Busch's passing. Rest in peace. Yeah, but ever since then, I've still been watching NASCAR. It's hard knowing Kyle's not there anymore, but at the same time, it's just I have to deal with it, unfortunately. Yeah, because Kyle's my favorite driver, of course. But today we're only predicting the in-season challenge, so something good for once at least. Yeah, there's that. Um, we got a few things to predict today, and yeah. By the way, rest in peace to Ned Jarrett. Very sad death, but he did live a long time, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, but rest in peace. He was really really good in the booth way back in the day. But yeah. Anyways, though, let's talk about the in-season challenge. So this is something that NASCAR started to do a few years ago, and this was basically after NBA did their own in-season challenge. And it was very successful. NBA they I don't know. I think there's a structure differently. This one's a more basic version. Yeah, there's that. But I swear, this is what the college football players are gonna look like one day at this rate. Yeah. But it's 32 drivers. It's the top 32 in points, and yeah. And today we're gonna be predicting all of these. So yeah, but it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, 'cause we got some very intriguing matches in here. So yeah, but whoever wins gets $1 million for their team. So yeah, there's that. But last year, of course, Ty Gibbs beat out Ty Dillon to win it. So this bracket had a lot of parity last year. Granted, that's because Atlanta was first, or Echo Park, sorry. But still, it's gonna be very interesting to keep track of all these. Yeah, but I'm very excited for this. This is TNT's portion of the schedule. TNT's broadcast, they're okay. I mean, they're not the best. They're not Fox. They're not Fox bad though. I probably give them like C tier in broadcast. They're okay. I think they could have worked out some things last. I think there were some issues last year. But honestly, I give Fox like a D tier, TNT a C tier. I'd probably give NBC an A tier. Same thing with CW an A tier, and then Prime would give an S tier. Their broadcast was a little glitchy yesterday on my end, but yeah. That's a topic for another video. So yeah, but anyways, we got 32 drivers, so let's do this. So let's start off on the left side of the bracket. 1 versus 32. We saw Ty Dillon beat Denny Hamlin when Denny Hamlin was the 1 seed, and Alex Bowman was the not, or Ty Dillon was the 32nd seed. Granted, Atlanta was there was a huge crowd in Atlanta last year. I know it's Echo Park, but I still can't. I'll be at Echo Park this year, by the way. In a few weeks, but I'll also be at New Hampshire in a few weeks. But yeah, there's that. But we saw last year that the 32 seeds can be good. And we got Tyler Reddick versus Alex Bowman at Sonoma. Tyler Reddick's been the best driver in NASCAR this year. Him and Denny Hamlin have been the best drivers. Reddick has 5 wins and we're like only like halfway through the season. I'm pretty sure this is the halfway point of the season, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, sorry, I'm looking at I got distracted from Instagram. But looking at Sonoma, Tyler Reddick, he's good at road courses. So I like his odds here, but so is Alex Bowman. Bowman's a good road racer too, and Hendrick's good at the old Sonoma. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But I'm actually gonna say Tyler Reddick's gonna win. I'll just say Mars '07, and those are some stripes. I agree to the terms and conditions, and I don't know what they are, but whatever. I think Tyler Reddick will be the first. Tyler Reddick has been so good this year, but if anyone can dethrone him, it's Alex. Alex Bowman was a much better 32 seed than Ty Dillon was theoretically last year. Like, start on paper at least. But yeah. Yeah. Austin Cindric versus Brad Keselowski. This ought to be an interesting match. Cindric and Keselowski are both on the bubble for the chase this year so far. I'm very intrigued to see what happens here. But Brad Keselowski is usually not that good at road courses. Cindric is a better road racer than him, so I'm going to put Cindric in that 16 spot. Excuse me. Daniel Suarez, Todd Gilliland. Daniel Suarez has been really freaking good this year, man. Somehow has been his best season in Cup, bro. Like it's crazy. People thought it was just a one-off for Suarez this year. Suarez is actually Suarez is carrying. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that. You could make an argument. Spire is the best team in NASCAR this year. Like top wise, maybe not because they're not like strength wise. They're not JGR or 2311 or Hendrick or anything like that. But I'd say they've been better than Penske this year because Penske's been mid this year at best. Ryan Blaney's carrying that team. They have more drivers that have won in that team than Hendrick has this year. Elliott has like 2 wins, I'm pretty sure. That's the only driver that's won this year, which is crazy to me. Oh, because Larson, Barn, or Bowman haven't won. Granted, Bowman's been out a lot, but still. But it's crazy, and like, yeah, it's pretty wild. And they have the same amount of drivers have wins compared to JGR. Like Spire's been really good. They're all in top 20 in points, pretty sure, or at least close to it. Yeah, because Suarez and Kosovar are in top 10 in points. Yeah, Gillen's a pretty good road racer. He won that Coda race in trucks a few years ago, so he could be a dark horse. But Suarez has literally won at Sonoma. It was his first career win in the Cup Series a few years ago. I like Daniel Suarez's odds here. So yeah, Carson Hocevar versus Zane Smith. Carson Hocevar, I mean, he jumped in that. Of course, a few years ago in that truck race, he jumped into to that uh to that truck with a broken leg, and he still won the pole um in that race. Zane Smith, on the other hand, Zane's a good racer too. I think he could make some noise here, but I think Carson Hocevar. My guess is the first round's be a lot more chalk this year than last year. Yeah. Then we got Chase Briscoe versus AJ Allmendinger. This ought to be an interesting match. Chase Briscoe. He's gotten better throughout the season. He had a horrible start to the year. He was outside the chase, but he's got much better throughout the season. He's been more consistently good lately, and he could win this one. But he's going against a really good road racer in AJ Allmendinger, and Allmendinger really good at road racing. Like this dude's won like all of his wins in Cup have came at road courses. Of course, it was Roval 2023, Indy Roval 2021, and then the Watkins Glen race in 2014. So I'm actually gonna go with AJ. I'm gonna win this one. I just think he's a better road racer at this point, so I trust him. Ty Gibbs versus Austin Dillon. Ty Gibbs was the winner, is the defending champion of this bracket, to be fair. And Gibbs has been much better this year. Like he's been really good. He's fifth in points. He could be a dark horse to win the championship this year. I'm just saying, like if somehow Reddick and Hamlin tank, like Ty Gibbs is right there. Like he's fifth place. He has that win at Bristol this year. This has definitely been Ty Gibbs' best season in the Cup so far. He's taking on Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, he's kind of just been there this year. He's kind of been just riding in the back. I know RCR has been going through a lot lately with Kyle Busch's death, unfortunately. Even before Kyle Busch's death, to be fair, even before Kyle Busch's death, they've been kind of slow. Even though Kyle was actually getting better, like right before he passed away, unfortunately. Yeah, but man, if only Kyle would have lived, he could have honestly had a shot at the chase. I'm just saying. But yeah, but Austin Dillon could contend. I mean, but I do think Ty Gibbs is gonna win this one. I mean, he's the defending champion after all. Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell. Bubba Wallace actually looked really good at Naval Boy Naval Boy Bubba Boy Naval Base Coronado. He looked really good considering he's not much of a road racer. He looked really good in that. So I like that. I think I like my odds with Bubba Wallace like to do actually pretty good Sonoma. 'Cause he's actually making better than road races, but he's taking on McDowell this week. If y'all play 36 for 36, I'm picking McDowell as my driver this week probably. Michael McDowell's a really good road racer. Inspires me. I know he's been technically the weak link inspired, but he's not far out the chase. Like he's still been pretty good. He's still been solid this year. Like Michael McDowell. I think wasn't he used to be the best driver at Inspire at one point. I don't know, but Michael McDowell, I remember when it's crazy because I remember when Spire was like a terrible team back then. They were trash, bro. Like back when like 2019, they won that race with Justin Haley, to be fair, but that was because of rain. But they were so bad back then. They were the back marker teams. They were like Rick Ware level back then. But now they're like real. They might be the best team in the Cup Series at this point this year. Michael McDowell though, he's been he's really good at the road courses. So I'm actually gonna pick Michael McDowell to win this matchup. I trust his road course momentum over Bubba Wallace. But yeah, then we got Chase Elliott versus Noah Gragson. Chase Elliott, I will admit he's not been as good at the road courses in the next gen era. Like he was not very fast at Naval Base Coronado yesterday. So Elliott, I mean, he could miss out, but he's going against Gregson. Gregson is really bad at road courses, at least the street courses. Like he struggles. Like I remember that Chicago race, he wrecked like 5 times. Yeah, but maybe Gregson can challenge, but I'm gonna say Chase Elliott's gonna win that match. Let's go to the left, to the right side of the bracket. Denny Hamlin. Oh, no way, no freaking way. That's crazy. We got a rematch from last year's first round. Denny Hamlin versus Ty Dillon. No way, that's crazy. Um, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin lost to Ty Dillon last year in the first round. I know he wrecked, but still, like that's insane how they're going against each other in the first round. And very similar seeds. Denny Hamlin's 2 seed, Ty Dillon's 31. Yeah, Ty Dillon will admit been just kind of there this year. Like to be fair, Colleague's kind of in a transition year. They're kind of in a bridge year because the ramp stuff and Chevy probably knows they're going to Dodge at some point, probably next year, the year after that. So it's not like Colleague's getting top tier support from Chevy anymore. Um, Denny Hamlin though, Denny Hamlin. He won Sonoma. He almost, of course, he had that race at Sonoma. I think he's won Sonoma. I know he had that race where he's battling Tony Stewart like 10 years ago. And he almost won that race, but Tony Stewart passed him in the end. That was Tony Stewart's final win in NASCAR. That was a pretty epic finish. But Denny Hamlin, Ty Dillon. To be fair, last match was at Echo Park, and everyone wrecked in that race. Seems like this is Sonoma. I know Ty Dillon beat Nemechek at Sonoma last year. It's Nemechek's not. Nemechek's actually been pretty good lately. Like he's actually been up there lately, but like cause Legacy's been pretty good lately. Like Legacy Motor Club's starting to make improvements, but in the end though, I just don't think he's gonna beat Hamlin twice. You never know, but I'm gonna go with Hamlin to win. Hamlin's just been really. I know he wasn't. I mean, he actually got top 10, I think, but Danny Hamlin had just came off a three race winning streak, and it's gotta be Hamlin's year, man. Especially with the chase now, like that gives him a better shot, honestly. Because I mean, I love the playoffs. Like they're very entertaining, but at the same time, I do feel like it did manipulate the champions a little bit. Yeah, but like I like that. But that's what makes it great. I like to see the show. I don't know. Anyways, I'm pulling for Hamlin to win a championship this year, though, just because it's finally time. Even last year, I was pulling for Hamlin. Obviously, I was pulling for Kyle Busch #1, but now with Kyle unfortunately gone, Hamlin's Hamlin could be. I don't know who my favorite driver. Kyle's always gonna be my favorite driver, but my favorite active one. It's either him, Joseph or Hamlin. Yeah, it's just been kind of a weird transitional time for me with that type of thing. Now we get Eric Jones versus Joey Logano. This is definitely a very intriguing match. I didn't think that Logano would be the lower seed in this. Eric Jones, though, he's been good this year, man. Like he's in the chase, I think. Like Eric Jones has been one of the more underrated drivers this year. He looked great at Pocono. I think he can make some noise, man. Like Eric Jones could be one of those drivers that could win the tournament. Just saying, like out of nowhere. But Joey Logano, he's been completely irrelevant this year, to be honest with you. Like he's just been mid, bro. Like it's not been good for Logano. But this is a tough one because on paper you feel like Logano's gonna win, but like Eric Jones been the better driver this year. Um, this is tough. I'm gonna go with Logano though. I don't know. We got a rivalry. Now we got Chris Buescher versus John Hunter Nemechek. Chris Buescher is a really good road racer. Um, Buescher has been Buescher's really good. He's a really underrated road racer. I think that. He's gonna be really good. He's been really good this year. He's seventh seed and like he's been really good. Like he's definitely been the best RFK driver this year without a doubt. Like Kozlowski's he's been okay. He's been on the bubble. He's had some good runs. He's not been good lately, but as good lately because people caught up to him. But still, Priest is on the bubble. Yeah, but of course he won that race at I know it didn't count for points, but of course Priest won that race at um Bowman Gray. So the Clash. That's just called the Clash at this point. Yeah, but I remember the chase predictions. I said Hocevar would get in over Priest, and then Priest won that race. I know the winning in the end doesn't matter. Even then, it was not for points, but still, Hocevar is actually doing much better than Priest, though, to be fair. Yeah, Busher though, he's been really good this year. I'm willing to bet he can make. he could go pretty far in this tournament. He's taking on John Hunter Nemechek, and Nemechek has been he's been better. Actually better lately, but like before that he wasn't great. And Bush, you're going against Chris Bush on a road course. I'm take Chris Bush to win that one. Christopher Bell versus Ross Chastain. Christopher Bell, he's been good this year. But I mean, he hasn't won, but he's been up there. I know he had that broken wrist, and maybe Brent Cruz takes over for that race, so that's one thing to watch out for. There is that. Brent Cruz is a good road racer, but I mean, he has not been in Cup lately. I don't know what Chris Buescher's status is for next week, or Christopher Bell's, but Christopher Bell's status is for this week with his broken hand. So maybe it's a little risky taking him to win this match. But he's going against Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain's he's not been great this year. He's a good road racer though. I think Ross Chastain could win this one. Honestly, I'm actually gonna go with the upset and say Ross Chastain wins this one. It's just Christopher Bell's broken hand. It might be Brent Cruz in that car, which could cause some like driver change and all that. So you never know. But normally I pick Buescher, but Chastain is a good road racer, and Bell's a sorry I keep on saying Buescher. But Bell is a good road racer, but I think with his broken hand, it's really hard on him. So yeah. Now I got William Byron, Rick House. Really, William Byron, I will admit, he has been bad. He's been pretty good, but like I'm surprised he hasn't won yet. But he's still been consistent. He's in 11th. He's a good runner. So he's taking on Stenhouse. Stenhouse. I mean, I think he's decent at road courses, but Stenhouse, he's been okay this year, about where he's usually is with that Hayat car. I mean, sometimes he's in playoffs, but Stenhouse though, he's been there this year. Byron, on the other hand, Byron. He's a solid road racer. I think I don't know if he's won one in the cup yet. I think he has. There's so many races. His last lately it's been SVG or Tyler Reddick or Corey Heim, but yeah, but or Christopher Bell, ironically, but yeah, but I had to pick one upset in this bracket to be fair with the Bell thing, yeah. And then but in my opinion, I do think Byron's gonna win. If it was Super Series, I'd probably pick Stenhouse, but well, Super Series is a wild card to be fair. Then we got Kyle Larson versus Riley Herbst. Watch, Riley Herbst is going to be the Ty Dillon of the tournament this year. Yeah, Kyle Larson. Larson, he's been good, but I'm surprised he hasn't won yet. Like, it's been over a year since he won. I know he had a shot in Naval Base Coronado that Goshen kind of screwed him over, but Larson's still been consistently good. Like, he reminds me of Ryan Blaney in 2022, except not almost missing the playoffs, but um. Larson, no, he's been pretty good. He's been good this year still. Like he's been up there. And he's really good. Of course, he's won at Sonoma in the past. Yeah, he's taking on Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst is actually looked pretty good in that naval base race. And he's gotten better this year. He's still not great. And I think Corey Haim's gonna outrun the heck out of him in that car next year. But Riley Herbst has definitely been better this year. He could upset Larson, and he's definitely one that could upset him. And this is actually the first tournament Riley Herbst has been a part of. But I'm gonna pick Kyle Larson to win that. Oh, what a second round match we got. Dang, two teammates. Yeah. Yeah. Shane Van Gisbergen versus Ryan Priest. I am so sorry, Ryan Priest. Although, SVG did wreck out in the naval base race, and I picked him for 36 for 36 for that race. Like, the one race I stayed in for all year because I knew first time at a street course, Shane Van Gisbergen is going to be the best driver. Nope. Corey Heim wins it instead. I mean, good for him, obviously. That was an amazing win for him, but freaking SVG didn't win. The one race I saved them for all year. I could have picked them at no. I could have picked them at any other road race, and well, Coda he didn't. Coda he didn't win, but still, that was when Reddick was like kicking it everyone's butt. Yeah, saying at Ryan Priest. Ryan Priest could make some noise, but that's probably the worst matchup possible for him. And for Sonoma, I'm gonna go SVG. SVG might blow him out at Sonoma. We'll see. But SVG has been so good at road course. He's probably the best road racer NASCAR's ever seen. I'll be honest. I know NASCAR gonna have any road race back then, but like the open wheel invasion, if it happened like now, it would be probably more beneficial for those open wheel races because like they have more road courses. I know SVG got screwed from the road wheel game taken off the schedule this year, but still. Although the Charlotte Oval is a better track in my opinion, much better. Then Ryan Blaney versus Josh Berry. Ryan Blaney's been really good this year. He's basically carrying Penske onto his back. As I'll admit, Penske, I know they've won 3 championships in the next gen car, but like outside of that, they haven't really had much in like Cindric's been okay. He's been decent. And he's kind of on the hot seat this year, we'll admit. Although he might get his ride back, because Tim Cindric stuff was a little weird back then. Because Tim Cindric's no longer with the team, of course. I think he got fired, yeah, or something like that. I don't know. But rather than saying on Josh Berry, Josh Berry's been really bad this year. Kind of disappointment because I thought Josh Berry at least I didn't think he'd make the chase this year. I thought he'd be like in the 20s at least, but Barry's 30th, man. Like the Wood Brothers, man, just I don't know. That Wood Brothers car has not been great in the last few years, I will admit. Barry, I'd expect more out of Barry, but what do I know? But I think Blaney's going to win that match. I think this one's going to be more chalk, in my opinion. The road racers are going to stand out, but yeah. Then round two is at Chicagoland. No one, I will admit, this one's kind of a tough one because I know it's a mile and a half, and I'm really excited for Chicagoland. It's going to be a great race, but they haven't raced at Chicagoland in like almost a decade. Kind of. Almost, it's pretty much been 7 years since they've been to Chicagoland. That's crazy. Chicagoland, of course, COVID unfortunately hurt it a lot. It's like they're gonna race to Chicagoland 2020, but unfortunately, oh wow, the Michigan head coach is becoming the Mavs coach. Oh wow, that's crazy. Dang, that'd be a good hire. Wow. Sorry, I just saw news, breaking news. But I just saw the Mavs coach hiring the Michigan coach who won the March Madness. That would be really cool, honestly. I'm a casual basketball fan. I watched the finals. I'm a Mavs fan, honestly. Like I'm from Dallas. I know I live in Boston area, Massachusetts now. I am from the Dallas. I lived in Dallas area for like 18 years, so yeah, Dallas Fort Worth area, I guess. Yeah. So I'm a Mavs fan, Stars fan, Rangers fan. Football is different because I'm a Saints fan and I'm an LSU fan. So yeah, if I was basing off like local, I'd be a Cowboys fan, and then college probably like TCU or something or SMU or North Texas. But yeah. Anyways, I'll stop talking about other sports. But yeah, that'd be a good hire. But Echo Park though, or Chicagoland, I think that would be very interesting. It's very interesting to see because let's see, like a lot of these drivers have never raced at Chicagoland, like at least in Cut. Reddick only, well, I know he's part time, but Reddick's, I can tell you Reddick's probably not raced at Chicagoland. I know in Xfinity or back when Xfinity O'Reilly he's raced there. Same thing with Cindric, but he's never made a Cup start there. Suarez, Suarez has raced there, but that's when he was with JGR, or no, that's when he was with yeah JGR and Haas. Or Stuart Haas back then. Hosvar was still like a teenager. He might have been like 12 years old when the last time they were there. I don't know about 12. He was probably a teenager back. He wasn't even racing NASCAR back then. Omniner's been there, although it's been a while for him, so he hasn't been full time with Cup. He wasn't full time with Cup for the last few years in Chicagoland. I don't think he was at least. No. Ty Gibbs was literally like 12 years old when they last time they raced there. No, he's probably like 14, but yeah. McDowell's been there. Elliott's been there. Um, If Bowman made it through that round, he'd have a great. If Bowman beat Reddick at Sonoma, he could honestly have a shot at winning at getting through at Chicagoland because he's the defending winner at Chicagoland. To be fair, back when he was in the '88 car, him Logano's always been there. Busher, Chastain was in there. I don't know if he's been there actually. He might have been there like the 50s when he was in the racing for premium back then, but that wasn't a very good car to be fair. Byron and Larson have been there. Besson Larson's like a nasty still. SVG has not touched that course, and Blaney's been there, I guess. Yeah. But Chicagoland's be very interesting to see what happens there. But to be fair, no one's racing a next gen car, so who knows? But yeah. Reddick versus Cindric. Cindric could be competitive in this one, but I think Reddick's been really good at the mile and a half and pretty much everywhere, honestly. I'm going to take Reddick for that one. Then we got a Spire v Spire matchup. Daniel Suarez versus Carson Hocevar. This ought to be a really good matchup. Both these drivers have been really good at those drivers have been really good at mile halves. Like Suarez got that win at the Coke 600. I know it's because it got shortened, but still, he's been really good there. Host of ours but was really good at the mile and a halves. Like this is gonna be a really intriguing matchup to see, especially two teammates. Um, Host of ours actually went to Chicagoland like to see it, which was pretty epic. I remember you made that video back then. Yeah, I think it was right before Chicagoland got announced. But yeah, but this is tough. I'm gonna go Hocevar though. I think it'll be very close though. AJ Allmendinger versus Ty Gibbs. This could be a good one. Allmendinger Allender has been Aldender's more of a road course guy, of course, but he could be competitive at the mile and a half. But Ty Gibbs, I probably trust more at this point. Ty Gibbs just equipment and all that too. Yeah. Mike McDowell versus Chase Elliott. Mike McDowell could compete for the spot, but I think Chase Elliott's probably gonna win. Elliott's been good the mile and a half. So you think he went Kansas? I'm pretty sure Kansas and Texas. I know they're vastly different amount of halves, but still. Hamlin versus Logano, a rivalry right here, a huge rivalry. Of course, we've seen them have confrontations a lot. In fact, Logano gave Hamlin a concussion like a few years ago. Yeah, Hamlin though Logano. Look, Hamlin's been much better than Logano this year. Logano could be competitive, but I'm gonna say Hamlin wins that one. Hamlin's been way better lately. Watch our bracket's gonna be all wrong. I know it's not gonna be perfect, but yeah. Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain could be good. He's got Kansas. I think, yeah. Busher, though, Busher's been much better this year, though, to be fair. So I'm actually going to take Busher to win that one. Um, Byron Larson, that's going to be a very interesting matchup. I think both these cars are very good. This is going to be very tough because I think both these people, both these drivers are very, very good at this course, at these types of tracks. We've seen Byron win at mile and a half. We've seen Larson win at mile and a half. Larson's been the hotter driver lately, so I'm gonna pick Larson to win that one. SVG versus Blaney. SVG, he could be in there, but like he's never been to Chicagoland, so I'm gonna trust Blaney with that one. Yeah. And now we got Echo Park. Echo Park, literally anything could happen here. So yeah, but Ty Reddick versus Carlos Hocevar. Ty Reddick, to be fair, is the defending winner at Echo Park. Uh, he won there back in February. But Hocevar, he's good Super Speedway, so he won that race at Talladega. So both two very good Super Speedway racers. And Hocevar almost won that race a few years ago. He could have won if they didn't put the caution out. Yeah. I'm actually say Carson Hocevar wins that match. Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott. I think this would be a good match too. Chase Elliott's the defending winner of this race from last year. And Ty Gibbs was very competitive in that race too. But granted, that's because of the wreck, but still. I'm gonna pick. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick Chase Elliott to win that one. And then Denny Hamlin versus Chris Buescher. Both them are good Super Speedways. I think this is gonna be competitive. I'm gonna say Hamlin beats Buescher in this one though. And then Larson versus Blaney. Larson has cursed at Super Speedways, and Blaney's actually won Super Speedways, so I'll give Blaney the win. Plus, I think Blaney won at Echo Park a few years ago. Did he? I think he did. I don't know. Yeah, I know he's one day. I know he's one Daytona in the past, but yeah. Now I got North Wilkesboro short track. This ought to be interesting. Carlos Husvar versus Chase Elliott. I think this ought to be a good matchup. Um, I don't even know because he's been good, I will say. Elliott though, I feel like he's probably a better short track racer, so I'm gonna pick Elliott to win that one. And then Denny Hamlin versus Ryan Blaney. This would be a good match. I don't even know who'd win this one, honestly. I would probably pick. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Oh, I'll go with Hamlin. I think it'd be close though. Now we got four versus two, Indianapolis. This would be a really good race. I think Hamlin's gonna win the bracket though. And laps. I will say. Let's see. Sonoma's gonna be like 90 laps, 110 laps. I don't know how long that course is. It depends on what course they're on. Chicagoland's probably like 267. Santa Ana Echo Park, North Wilkesboro is probably like 400 laps. Indy's usually like 160. Um, but that being said, I'll say he leads 301. Maybe it's a little high, but yeah. Denny Hamlin's the highest on the odds, of course he is. But Hamlin's just been so good this year. I'm gonna take him to win. Boom. So yeah, that it's always a very fun video to do every year. Um, there's that. But I think it's gonna be very good in season bracket this year. I think it's gonna be more chalk than last year. Like I think the expected driver is gonna be, I think the better driver is gonna get ahead because obviously Echo Park was like the setting stage last year. To be fair, yeah, but yeah. Here's my bracket. Agree, disagree. Let me know in the comments. Um, yeah, there's that. part of me wishes there was an Xfinity or O'Reilly and crap Truck Series one, but I don't think there's enough drivers. Yeah, there's that. But I love this in-season bracket. It's a very intriguing thing. It's a very fun thing to do every year. So yeah. But yeah, add some extra stuff on the line, I guess. Yeah, there's that. Anyways, y'all. Thank y'all guys so much for watching. I'm willing to bet if there was still like these, I don't know if they did it. I don't think they did this shit, but they used those final three races. Dude, I wonder if Priest would have like tried to like tank or like gain or something just so he doesn't face Shane Van Gisbergen at Sonoma. Bro, that's such a tough job for Ryan Priest. That's like the worst possible draw for him because he's going to get Shane Van Gisbergen at a road course. Like, come on, bro. That's not even fair for him. Although did Ryan Priest beat him last year? Did he win? Hold on. Or did he beat Ryan Priest? Did he beat SCG? I think he did. He might have. I don't know. SCG percentage kind of low. Oh yeah, he did. I didn't realize Priest got 11th. I didn't even realize that. So I mean, it's possible, but like SVG is gonna be much better, obviously, as long as he doesn't wreck. But yeah, but new course, obviously, who knows? But anyways, y'all, at least last week. Of course, this one's SVG's been too. So yeah. But anyways, thank y'all guys so much for watching. By the way, the only full-time drivers, there's three. Because there's 35 there was 36 till unfortunately Kyle's death, rest in peace. But the three that missed it, Cody Ware, Connor Zilic, and who was the other one that missed it? Someone mid. No, Gregson. Yeah, no, Gregson's not. Well, no, Gregson actually made it. Sorry. Cole Custer. Yeah, Cole. Yeah, Haas has not been good. I'm sorry, Haas is not that good of a team. Yeah, yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. At least the NASCAR are not as good lately because that's it's still gone. But yeah, here's y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know who y'all think's gonna win the in-season tournament. Maybe it's Todd Dillon. You never know. Yeah, anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, have a nice day, and goodbye. See y'all next one. Peace.